Charity registration details are still up. We have 11 people currently entered in for this. A lot of you guys said the $15 was a good price point for this, but as nobody wants to win near $500 in good prizes, so I'll leave this up for a few more days. So if you guys want to get entered in, the Discord link and the checkout for the tournament registration will be down below. Let's dig on into regionals. You guys smash the crap of that, subscribe button so you guys don't miss out more awesome content. We have a double header regional report for you guys here. We have up here on your screen is the breakdown for the side deck regional out of this past weekend, which, okay, this tells the same story we kind of saw out of Hawaii here. Sky Striker was a more dominant force for this regional. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. And then you get down here into the arc of one-ups. You had one Phantom Knight list. Okay, that's pretty standard. One Sword Soul. Okay. One Dogmatika invoked, and then you Evil Twins? Oh. Okay, Burning Abyss. Wow. Okay, one Dragon Link. Wow. So even Burning Abyss and Evil Twins can finally get a foothold on the metagame. And I mean, the side deck is no stranger to like large amounts of people. Side deck is usually the bigger regionals out of these particular events. So I think that's pretty interesting that we saw more of a rogue side of things here. Now, the other side here that you see here is Alien Games. And you're probably like, wow, that's meta, ladies and gentlemen. That's 3 Phantom Knight deck list stepping up to the table here and demolishing the metagame. That's scary to me. We had 2 Tri-Brigade variants, which is kind of interesting. 2 Sword Soul, and then riding the back of the little scooter here for the metagame is Sky Striker going beep beep, kind of coming on up here, which unironically, Striker ended up winning the Alien Games Regional, which I think is kind of cool. Side deck actually being taken down by Phantom Knights as well. So, very interesting numbers, all pre the next Grand Creator set. So let's go take a look at these deck lists, shall we? The first deck list we actually have here is from Damian Vargas playing Phantom Knights. I got to give a shout out to the Green Bay Packers for Damian as he requested here. Honestly, this is just more of a board breaker scenario deck. You're going to see a lot of Phantom Knight builds here. Of course, board breakers check, Fusion Destiny package to laugh at the opponent, check-a-rooney, and no fun allowed scythe combinations with the opponent. Does this surprise anybody that this has become the standard for how this deck is going to handle itself in this format? No, this shouldn't surprise anybody. I don't really have a lot more to say about this, but go Green Packers! Alright, next up along our journey here is Nick Petzold's second place finish out of the side deck here. I can give a shout out for Richard for lending him the cards, and he's dummy thick. I love these shout outs where we can here. So this is actually pretty standardized, I would say, at this point for Striker. This is going to be the reason why you're going to get the chance to win a lot of your games. All right, TC Boo inherently is a very, very powerful card. I know a lot of players look at this card and they're like, oh, like what am I supposed to do to play against this? Well, that's kind of what you're looking at. Standard one of, I do see that this build is not playing the Eagle Booster. We did see a build yesterday come in, kind of demonstrate to us, so, ooh, Eagle Booster was looking kind of good. And then down here we have Eagle Boost, or excuse me, the D-Barriers, the Sanctums, and Scythe to make sure that, hi Sword Soul, you're not going to get a good chance to play the game effectively. And I think that this build really tells a lot of the format that it's not going to have a very fun time. So all things considered right now, it's kind of what you're looking at for Sky Strikers, and you'll see a little bit more innovation as we shift through these variants here. Next up here is actually Invoke Dogmatika with DPE built into it. It's been a hot second since I've seen Dogmatika getting the chance to do anything this format, and I think this is a good start here. Once again, we look at TC Boo here and we're like, oh, that's why, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. When you get to pull in the best card in the format, yeah, it's really good. Also, shout out to Droll and Lockbird here. A lot of people look at Droll right now and they're like, well, you know, Droll might not be the best card in the format, but it is certainly the winner of a lot of your matchups. I don't really have anything else to say about this list. Next up here, Evil Twins. Yes, this is Giovanni. Giovanni's 5th place list here. Now, we are actually playing the Evil Twin Kishisakill and Lilla, the big one. All right, this thing actually gets to be, what, an extra 4,400 attack points. So either we're playing the one copy of the Evil Twin present here. Double Torrential is kind of interesting. See that we did make room for the inclusion of the cross-out designators in this deck so that you can basically cross out your opponent, take advantage of the situation, and do your job. Outside of this is what standardization pretty much feels like at this point in time for the Evil Twin project. So yeah, there's nothing else too crazy about this. Hand trap ratio feels good. Double droplets, double cross out feels pretty standard as well. Next up, this was Shannon Long's Burning Abyss list, making 6th place. And I've seen Shannon playing around with this. I think the last side deck regional the weekend before this. Unfortunately, they didn't make top cut here, but it looks like we came back this week with a better game plan here to kind of take advantage of things. And I see that we are actually playing Mega Clops here. Holy crap, man! I do feel like that this is like a win con this deck can make, because especially like when you can step through Dante's just to put free bodies on the field here, so you can essentially just link out for Mega Clops. I think it's actually really cool. I think you're actually kind of looking at a more modernized or standardized version of Zoodiac Turbo from back in the day, but this time, we have our entire toolbox to do what we need to do. We're also kind of doing what Tintin was doing with the whole Zeus strategy. Your whole deck's game plan is Zeus Turbo, and then, at the end of it, you get to pop out some Dantes to get some extra free advantage here. I think that this might be one of the more innovative things that I've seen out of the modern era of Yu-Gi-Oh! And that's actually really good. Next up here is Gabriel Montez's 7th place finish with Dragon Link. We have, of course, 2 Tiding, 1 Chamber. We're back to standardized. To be honest with you, the rest of this build feels pretty standard in the main deck, except for the one Cosmic in the main deck. I don't know if this is just a tech choice. We had a little bit of extra room, but you know what? I don't hate it. All right, it looks like it ends up working out in the long run. I mean, we also can board in the Twin Twisters for extra disruption. And then the last list we have out of this regional was another Sky Striker list. Yay! This was Casey Martin's 8th place finish here. See that we have the DP package built into this. This build is choosing to play Chalice to kind of alleviate a lot of the stress that I feel like you feel in a lot of your matchups. See that we have the old D barrier down here. No artifact package on this particular build. Outside of that, pretty standard stuff here. Now we're going to teleport over to Alien Games now. The 1st place list out of Alien Games is Sky Striker. Hey, there's the Eagle Booster. This build is actually 42 cards. A little bit different of a story here from the previous builds here, which I don't think is necessarily a bad thing. Maximize hand traps. And there's the triple rose that we've all kind of... 3 or 2 seems to be about the ratio that I think is the best way to go about this for the current format. Outside of that, nothing else too crazy to say about this. 2nd place here is Zoe's Tenyi Sword Soul variant. Alright, so Protoss main deck, Tenyi package fully extended. Remaining 1 droplet, 2 Forbidden Chalices, that's alright. See that we have the Vessel of the Dragon Souls in here. We're not playing the other Tenyi card. Outside of that, double blackout, 41 cards feels pretty alright for this build. Nothing, ooh, what's this? We're playing the White Aura Whale. Huh! Interesting. I guess more options that you can make. Next up here, this would be 3rd place, Aaron Pastrina's Phantom Knight list. Oh boy, got more board breakers here. I see that we built a Godarla into this bad boy so that we can basically kaiju over the opponent's monsters so we can play the game. Double Fusion Destiny in case something goes wrong. 1 Shade Brigade, the 1 Wings. Outside of that, this feels pretty alright. See, we're playing Rhapsody too for that typical spotlight removal so you can take care of your opponent's DPs. Next up is Charles, 5th place here, with another Phantom Knight deck. This one feels a lot more streamlined. Not 42 cards. We have the droplets, Triple Fusion Destiny, so we can resolve the best cards built into our deck. This build, there's Rhapsody and Berserk. It looks like the evolution for playing Rhapsody, it looks like it might just be a thing for Phantom Knights in general here in the TCG. So no real surprise there. And the last list for you guys here is more Phantom Knights. Yay! There, this build's playing Plasma. Alright, I see that we're taking advantage of Plasma and Friend. Okay. Playing one Chalice, double Droplet. Okay, a little bit of nice diversity there. Board Breakers check. Lancias, make sure we don't have to deal with Tri-Brigade shenanigans. Once again, outside of this, feels pretty standardized for what you would really expect out of Phantom Knights at this point in time. So that is our breakdown for the side deck in Alien Games. Guys, please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. Smash the like, subscribing. So guys don't miss out more Oz content. And I'll see your beautiful faces back here later on the day with some more cool Oz content. Peace out, guys. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.